Tonight, deal or no deal. The Prime Minister heads to Europe in a desperate attempt to rescue her Brexit plans. Also tonight, why the Brexit debate has left Scotland's most divided constituency fearing for the future. And it's in the genes, the scientific study which reveals what it really takes to be a redhead.
And I'll bring you all of tonight's sport live here from Pittodrie as we look forward to SPFL Premiership match. 7th place Aberdeen looking to leapfrog 6th place Livingston.
Good evening, I'm Ben Phillip and this is the STV News at 6, live from Aberdeen. Good evening. The Prime Minister started a diplomatic charm offensive today as she tried desperately to get EU leaders to agree to clarifications on the Brexit deal that will get rebellious Conservative MPs on side. It comes as rumours sweep Westminster that there could be close to 48 Tory MPs ready to force a confidence vote in her leadership. Elsewhere, the campaign for a second referendum cranked up a gear and Jeremy Corbyn came under pressure to table a vote of no confidence in the government. Here's our Westminster correspondent, Harry Smith. Live now to our political editor Bernard Ponsonby, who's at Westminster for us this evening. Is there any evidence that a combination of delaying the vote and meeting EU leaders will swing this vote when it comes around, Bernard? Bernard, thank you. Meanwhile, the Brexit debate has left Scotland's most divided constituency fearing for the future. That's judging by the voters we heard from today. In Moray, 2 years ago, the EU referendum split the local electorate almost 50-50. The result ended with a margin of just 122 votes in favour of the Remain camp. Here's Ian Ramage. Now it's time for more local news. I'll have the stories for the north, and in Dundee, it's Hayley Boma. Final preparations are being made to open a major part of Aberdeen's bypass after months of delays. The first traffic is expected on the 20-mile section of the AWPR between Stonehaven and Crabeston in the early hours of tomorrow morning. It's still expected the full route will open before the end of December. Ross Govans reports. A teenager has died following a two-car crash in Caithness. The 18-year-old woman suffered fatal injuries after her white Citroen collided with a blue Peugeot 207 on the A882 near Wick at around 8:30 last night. The male driver of the Peugeot was uninjured in the accident. Scientists in Aberdeen say puzzles may not offset age-related mental decline. They say enjoying Sudoku and crosswords can boost mental ability over a lifetime. But such activities had no effect on the rate of mental decline associated with ageing. And finally, in the north, a French energy giant's controversial plans to build a wind farm in the Western Isles is set to be heard by the Land Court this week. EDF is part of a consortium trying to build on common grazing land near Stornoway. Stephen Brown has the details. And those were your local stories in the north and east this Tuesday evening. If you've got a story you think we should know about or indeed should be covering on our programme, you can contact us through our Facebook or Twitter pages. But for all your news on demand, you can download the STV News app. The head of ScotRail has insisted the company will deliver on its promises to provide more seats, more services and faster journeys. Alex Hines has apologised to passengers who faced delays and cancellations in the past week. Gordon Cree has been finding out what passengers make of the service. And Gordon's report takes us on to tonight's sport with Chris at Pittodrie. Now, it's often seen as a symbol of Scottishness, but where exactly red hair comes from in our family trees has long been shrouded in myth and mystery. Now, in the largest genetic study of hair colour to date, scientists at Edinburgh University have discovered there's much more to being a redhead than meets the eye. This from Laura Alderman. I'm in love with the shape of you. Now here's Sean with the weather. From everyone here, have a very good evening. Bye-bye.